What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and in my last Carlee Russell video, I mentioned that Carlee Russell's parents took a quick little trip to Atlanta in the middle of all of this madness. And apparently, a lot of people did not know that. A lot of people had no idea that this actually happened. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, very early on, as people were literally boots on the ground searching for Carlee Russell in Hoover, Alabama, as search teams were literally out and about searching for Carlee Russell in Alabama, Carlee Russell's parents took off really quickly and went to Atlanta. Now, at first, there was some confusion over why they went to Atlanta. It was said that they planned on going to Atlanta for one reason or another, but then it was also said that, they received a tip in Atlanta and they went to go follow up on it. And I'm going to let you hear what Carlee Russell's parents say about this trip in just a moment. But over the past couple of days, I've really been thinking and looking at all of the facts and evidence that's in front of my face that we have been presented with. And I hate to be like this, but at this point, I'm kind of questioning Carlee Russell's parents. Now listen, usually I would not speculate like this. Don't get me wrong. I would speculate on my own time, but I wouldn't make a video about it. But at this point, we know that Carlee Russell's okay. We know that she's lying. But also, Carlee and Carlee's family, they have had every opportunity in the world to come forward and get the story straight. Carlee Russell and Carlee's family, they could, if they wanted to, they could come forward and set the record straight. But they're choosing not to. They're dodging talking to law enforcement. They're dodging admitting the truth. So by doing that, they are opening the door for more speculation. So in this case, I'm going to speculate. Okay, we're gonna have some fun here. We're going to be able to act a little more freely here than we usually would because there's no urgency. No one's in danger. Carlee Russell is fine. And like I said, if Carlee Russell's parents or Carlee Russell herself were interested in stopping the rumors and speculation and what have you, all they got to do is come forward and say what happened. So right now the door is open. And I told you all early on that I did not believe that Carlee Russell's parents were in on any of this, and I still don't believe that. But the longer this door stays open, the longer Carlee Russell's parents go without saying anything, the longer we have to wait for Carlee Russell to come forward, the more I start to question the parents. And I still don't believe that they helped Carlee plan this, but I'm really wondering if somehow, some way, they knew that Carlee wasn't actually missing before she popped up at their house. I'm wondering if there's a possibility that once this story, once this story caught on fire and it gained so much attention, I'm wondering if Carlee contacted her parents and together they tried to possibly figure a way out of this. You know what I mean? Because at this point, I believed that Carlee's parents believed Carlee at first. I wanted to believe that Carlee's parents believed her story at first. But at this point, no one believes it. The boyfriend doesn't even believe it. He deleted the story about kidnapping and deleted all of Carlee's photos. After that last press conference, there's no way that Carlee's family still believes her. You know what I mean? So the fact that they're still not coming forward, it's making me question them. What angle do y'all plan on approaching this from? Are y'all going to come forward and, tell the truth that it was a lie? Are y'all going to continue trying to pretend that she was abducted? What's going on here? Because I do not believe that at this point, Carlee Russell's family still believes her. And the longer this drags out and the more I think about it, the more I wonder if Carlee's parents knew at some moment before she showed up on that doorstep, if they knew that maybe Carlee was lying or something along those lines. But before I speculate too much, I want you all to hear from Carlee Russell's parents, because while they were in Atlanta, they actually did a little news interview. I want you all to hear it. Pay attention very closely. As you watch it, go ahead and drop comments down below. Let me know how you feel about their body language and about everything they're saying. And then, of course, after this clip, I'm going to be back with more thoughts as well.
Live report there, and joining me live now from Atlanta via Zoom are Carlee's parents, Carlos and Talitha Russell. Mr. and Mrs. Russell, thanks so much for making the effort to speak with us here tonight. You say that you're in Atlanta. Has there been a tip or information that has come in that your daughter could possibly be in the Atlanta area?
Yes, we received a tip, but we had already planned to search the Georgia area. The tip turned out not to be a viable tip. Nonetheless, we had planned to visit and search the Georgia area anyway, so it was not a waste of our time. We put out flyers, searched the areas, different areas, exits. We probably covered at least 20 exits. And so we got a decent amount of ground covered.
Police say that they are looking at all possibilities, all theories here. Do you believe someone has taken your daughter against her will?
I'm not sure why they're looking at all possibilities. It's very clear she was abducted from the phone call that she last had with one of our relatives, and they heard her scream. The 911 call that she made to the Hoover Police Department, stating that there was a small child on the side of the road, and the evidence that was left behind. We are 99% sure that she was abducted.
And we felt that way from the beginning.
Okay, yeah. Can you, let's talk about the details from that, from what happened to her last night. It is believed that she was reported missing after she vanished after reporting a child walking on I-459. Police say there are no reports of someone missing a child from the area. What are your thoughts on that particular detail of this child on the side of the interstate? Could that child have been a decoy to lure someone like your daughter out of her car, or do you believe it was a legitimate child who was just out there walking?
No, we do. We believed from the very beginning that was a decoy. We've heard of those decoys, and we've actually told our daughter, don't fall for those decoys. She did, but she's a very passionate person. She's a caring person, and she told the family member that she could not leave a little child that appeared to be 3 or 4 years old just on the interstate. Mm-hmm. She was advised to just call 911, which she did. 911 asked our daughter Carlee got out the car apparently and asked the child, were they okay? Were they okay? The family member heard her on the phone, and then they heard a scream. So it's very obvious. She left her car running. She left her car door open. That means she was planning to go back and get in her car and come home safely.
We had a little issue there with your Zoom, but hopefully we can hang here for just a second more. I think this is important. What is your message to your daughter and her potential abductor if they are watching this, if they see this interview tonight?
Our message is that we are trusting God. Carlee, I know you are scared, and I know you are just praying to God because you do have faith, and you hang on to that faith, and your family and your friends, we're all hanging on to that faith. We're not letting any negative thoughts enter our heads. We're not going to let the enemy have the last word on this. We are trusting God that you are coming home safely, so you believe that no matter what. And we're mind of her abductor and change their heart and their mind and soften it, and that they would just turn and hear the voice of God and let Carlee return home safely.
Well, I know every parent, every grandparent, everybody just hearing that, our thoughts and our prayers are with you. Thanks so much for your time tonight, and good luck with your search efforts.
Thank you.
We are praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into things here, so don't mind me, but just allow me to speak out loud. Because part of me feels like she was kind of dismissive when stating why she was in Atlanta. Oh, we planned on that. Oh, we got a tip, but the tip was bogus, and you know, we planned on coming here anyway. But what was the tip? Like, she never elaborated on the tip. And it was just kind of dismissive, like, oh, we planned on coming here, the tip bogus, and, and I'm just wondering, like, what was the tip? And why are you really in Atlanta? I get that in these situations, a lot of times you might not think rationally. And I understand that if your child's missing, you want to explore all avenues. So I'm not, like, criticizing them for being in Atlanta. But at the same time, the search for your daughter is taking place in Alabama right now, and y'all chose to leave in the middle of it to go to Atlanta. And, I go to Atlanta pretty often. I was in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. It's a big city. I don't know what was going through their minds. Like, y'all went and drove around Atlanta. What did you expect to find? You thought you were just going to drive to Atlanta and then pass by Waffle House and Carlee was just going to be in there eating some bacon and hash browns? Like, it's kind of off. Because if I'm going to be riding around looking anywhere, it's going to be my city. It's going to be where my daughter went missing. And I want you all to understand, folks, that this was early on. Timing is everything. Timing is very crucial. Carlee was only gone for what, like 40-something hours? This was the next day after Carlee so-called disappeared at around 9:30-ish the night before. So that tells me that, oh, y'all didn't waste any time. Y'all didn't even care to really search around your area. I would be driving in circles around my town all day for at least a couple of days before I take off to another city. But they took off to Atlanta. I guess in their minds, they thought, oh, we're going to ride all the way to a whole nother state, a whole nother city, and Carlee's going to be walking on the side of the road. Apparently, maybe they put out some missing persons flyers. If there is anyone in the Atlanta area that can confirm they saw Carlee Russell flyers in Atlanta, let me know down below. I'm just wondering about this Atlanta trip. And I hate to have to be that guy, but once again, all of this confusion could be cleared up by Carlee Russell or her family, but they don't want to clear up the confusion. Therefore, we have to ask these questions. And part of me wonders, did they go to Atlanta to see a lawyer? Did they somehow maybe catch wind that their daughter wasn't really missing and they wanted to go, handle some business in Atlanta? I just can't imagine the day after your daughter goes missing, y'all drive to a whole nother state and a whole nother city to search for her instead of searching for her where she went missing at. It's just weird. Now, did they believe that Carlee would be there for some reason? Did they have some reason to believe that Carlee would be in Atlanta? Did they have, is there someone in Atlanta connected to Carlee that they thought may be involved in this? They say they got a tip. It was a bogus tip. but they don't seem to be upset about the bogus tip. They don't even talk about the tip. And, you know, they can't sit here and say, oh, we went to Atlanta because of the tip, and the tip wasn't good. It was a bogus tip. You can't use that as an excuse because you've admitted that y'all planned on going there for whatever reason anyway. So it's just one of those things that it could be absolutely nothing, or it could be a key detail in figuring out what happened here. You know what I mean? It's either one of the two. The trip to Atlanta is a total nothing burger that means nothing. The family just acted kind of irrationally and wanted to go search Atlanta and there's nothing to it. Or there's something else here. And that's why I don't want to just gloss over it. Because I know that this could be nothing at all, or this is very big. It's one of the two. It's nowhere in the middle. But yeah, you know, I was not questioning Carlee Russell's parents that much at first. But knowing now that, you know, they got to know their daughter's lying, but they're still not coming forward, that's what's making me question them now. That's why I'm starting to look at them now. Because I get it at first, you're wrapped up in the emotions, maybe you believed your daughter, but they're grown folks. I gotta believe they're educated, they're not dumb. Looking at the details that law enforcement laid out, they gotta know. And if law enforcement is having press conferences releasing this type of information that we saw in the press conference, you know they're having personal conversations with the Russells, with Carlee Russell's family, letting them know, you know, hey, we know that things weren't what they seem. We know that this is a lie. So I guess your guess is as good as mine. Maybe one day we'll figure out why they went to Atlanta. Maybe we won't. But one thing I do know is that the longer this stretches out, the worse this is going to get. And I don't think that this is going to be completely swept under the rug. I know that they probably want that to happen, but I do think that too many eyes came across this story for it to simply go away. But let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.